I'm a recruiter and I review your resumes. The resume we have up first is an IT support associate or help desk, or it's got like 1,000 different names, but basically if a computer breaks, you gotta fix it and you work internally for a company or something else involving a computer like networking. So what we need for a IT support associate is Mac OS, Linux, Android, Windows, preferably one of them, but if you can have more, that's better. Education, they want to see that you graduated at least high school. Customer service, troubleshooting, problem solving, networking, DNS, DHCP, TCP, IP, VPN. That you can multitask and meet deadlines. Your industry, right? Azure, LAN, WAN, CRM, those can all matter. Jira, which actually I might actually want to remove that, but Office and Microsoft 365 and Active Directory is critical, with CompTIA and the rest of that being a bonus. So, is this resume good or garbage? And the answer to that is, I don't know. They did not tell me the ratio. The ratio is how many applications it takes to get an interview. If it takes you over 50 applications to get an interview, your resume is garbage. If it takes you under 50 applications to get an interview, your resume is good. So, recruiters only have 20 seconds to find what we need. So 20 seconds on the clock. Let us see if I can find what we need in this resume. And go. Okay. This doesn't matter. Where's your degree? Where's your degree? I don't see it. Tier 1 and Tier 2 hardware. What is that? LAN WAN is good. Documented priority escalated. And Jiris is not good. ServiceNow is not. Analyze complex system failures. Okay, cool. Nice to have. Installed hardware. Don't care. Installed I might want, but the rest of it. And declined. So, this resume has a awful lot of hot dogs and not hamburgers. So what that is I want you to imagine that you are hungry and you go for a hamburger. You're like, I want a cheeseburger with pickles and onions. So you go to the restaurant and you're like, hey, I want a cheeseburger with pickles and onions. And they say, got it. Cheeseburger, pickle, onions. Do you want anything else? You say, nope, cheeseburger, pickles, and onions. So they go back, they bring you your meal, and they bring you a hot dog with cheese, pickles, and onions. And you would look at them like, I ordered a cheeseburger. And they would be like, no, this is what you ordered. You wanted a hamburger, and a hot dog also has meat. A hot dog has buns just like a hamburger. A hot dog has ketchup and pickles and onions just like a hamburger. This is what you ordered. And you would look at them like they were insane, and you would walk away without paying. And that is the exact problem here, is you give me a lot of adjacent things, right? Like you give me a lot of solve Tier 1 and Tier 2 hardware. Okay, you give me a lot of ServiceNow and analyze complex failures and authorize technical summaries supporting infrastructure, but like, I don't know if you've used Microsoft, Mac, or Windows. I don't know if you've troubleshot. I don't know where your education is, which is something. They want to see your education. I don't see the industry. I don't see Office 365. I don't see Active Directory. I don't see customer service. Here it is, all the way down here. But again, I'm not really looking for this, right? You're not a data analyst. You're at a help desk. You, weirdly enough, don't have to actually communicate technical findings to non-technical stakeholders as much. You just have to fix their stuff. You're not going to be able to communicate to that stakeholder how to turn on an email or how to send an email, not turn on an email. But like, again, I'm looking for how you troubleshot, not how you taught them. Like data analysts want technical to non-technical things, but right now I'm currently under the weather and I'm sick, so if my advice is a little off, that's why. Please feel free to ask me in the video, in the comments below, and I'll try to explain it better. My head is going in 1,000 directions at once right now, but this is a hot dog, and in fact the entire thing here is filled with hot dogs. I don't know if there's actually anything here I need besides LAN WAN, which is nice. Do I see anything about Mac? No. What about Linux? Let's see, Linux. No. What about Microsoft or Windows? Right? Not Office, Windows. No, I don't see Windows. I didn't see anything about customer service. Did I even see the word troubleshooting? Yeah, but it doesn't count. Skill sections and the summaries don't count. What about deadlines? There it is. That one's okay, but I didn't even get that far down before rejecting you. What about Microsoft? I think I saw something. You said Microsoft Office. That one's good. And you need 75% of these to move forward. That's all you need is 75%, but this is not working. So let me read what you actually wrote, which is, I previously applied for an IT specialist role with the state and interviewed for the role. I'm now applying for the IT associate role. Hope to get called for an interview. Good. I hope you get that as well. But if you do not get that, there are multiple flaws with this resume that you need to fix. First off, your formatting is almost perfect. This is what you want in your formatting. This is how you do it. The link is in the description below. This, again, you do not ever want a summary. This does not matter. This does not matter. You don't need to say IT support. Also, if you are applying for these IT support help desk roles and you don't want leadership, I would remove the operations manager. I think that would actually confuse them, is that they may think that you are just like actually a manager. So I would say just change maybe the title to operations / IT support analyst, or just say help desk, because it sounds like you work help desk. And then we go down to here, and again, like, your biggest problem though is the bullet points. Like, you do not show you meet the minimum qualifications. These are the minimum qualifications, and you need 75% of them in a format that shows how you did it, the reason and result of you doing it, what you did, and where you did it. All those four combine to a qualification, and that is what recruiters are hunting for. And right now, you only have like 5 to 10% of that, and I just can't find the rest. And if you can't find the rest in 20 seconds, you are forced to move on. So I'm going to need you to add your education up here, right? Just like this. Then I'm going to need you to go back and remove and rework a lot of these bullet points, because most of these bullet points are not working. And also, I don't think you need this. You've already been here for close to 20 years, more than 20 years, which is great. They love that. I don't think you need this. This is superfluous. This is also superfluous. So that is the stuff that I need you to fix, because this is why you're going to struggle to get some interviews. But you actually shouldn't, because I think that this market is relatively hot too. So, but that's all I can do for this resume. If anybody else needs help, they can, again, join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST on twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. That is where I review these. That is where this person is right now, and I will help them even more off camera. And if you are watching this at home, thank you very much for commenting, liking, subscribing, and sharing this video. It really, really helps me out. Like, seriously helps me out a lot. And I also, to my members who get access to videos a little bit early, if you want to be a member, you can join in the link below. But I wanted to thank my members personally because, again, small creator, and I appreciate it. I really, really, really do appreciate it. So thank you very much, and let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a DevOps engineer. So what I need for a DevOps engineer is DevOps Cloud, and its words, EC2, whatever. I don't actually know them off the top for Azure and GCP, but whatever those are, I need to see it. GitHub Actions, Python, PowerShell, Bash, Linux, Infrastructure as Code, Kubernetes, Terraform, Helm, Ansible, AI, Databricks, Industry. Those are what we need. So this person says they have a 1 in 50, which is solid. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but they said I've gotten all through cold applies and no networking. Okay, so if this is actually a 1 in 50, then that's solid. This resume looks awful, but let's actually see how it performs. So 20 seconds on the clock. And go. This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. Oh, wait, what? Okay. This doesn't matter. Architected and engineered a level complaint for DoD. That one's solid. I don't like the rest of that, though. VPS and a full-time death stack. CrowdSec. What? What? No, this person's in my Twitch chat, and they confirm this is the right resume. I don't see how this is a 1 in 50, but yeah, I don't see any of this, unless this is just where you are in the world is a little bit different. But you're in Virginia and Utah. Well, I will say there's like nothing in Utah, but okay, so I'm thoroughly baffled by this resume. Are you looking for an internship, or are you looking for a full-time role? No, it would be because I'm so confused because you said full-time role, but then you haven't completed your bachelor's yet. And then your work experience has absolutely nothing related to DevOps. So I don't fully understand what this is. I don't get this. If you did not tell me this was the correct resume, I would have assumed that you applied for the wrong role. So first off, I don't think this is needed. This isn't needed. The other one is good, but you need to fix your formatting, right? And again, as I'm sick, I'm going to probably be missing some basic stuff, but you know, if a recruiter or hiring manager is sick, they're also going to miss some stuff. So these should be 2 lines total, and they should look like this right here. This is how they should look, each of them. And then we go down to here, and I don't need any of these certs. Again, this is good for help desk. Help desk wants these, but this is not something I want. Unless you have an active security clearance, they would like that. And then we go down to here, and there's just nothing related. Right? I don't see a single thing that is related to actually being a DevOps engineer. This looks very much like you... Honestly, this looks very much like a help desk, but it's not. You said DevOps. So I'm not sure if you're getting help desk roles, because there's at least a lot of stuff here I can use for help desk, but for actual... Yeah, for actual DevOps, I don't see this. I mean, you need to delete this resume and start again if you're going for DevOps. I'm going to make the assumption that you're getting actual help desk roles, and yeah, you probably would with this resume. It's actually not terrible for help desk. So, yeah, that is all I can do for this one. I am thoroughly baffled. I'm going to talk with them outside of this video on Twitch to maybe get some clarity, but this resume thoroughly confuses me. Next resume. This is a resume of, I don't know. They said a data science and a Gen AI, but those are 2 different roles. So we're not looking for Gen AI. We're looking for data science or data scientist, whatever. Both are the same. But Gen AI is different, right? You need to be very specific with your resume. You need to tailor your resume to a job title or a job family, not the job itself. So, because otherwise you're just going to needlessly be remaking your resume. It's going to lower your chances. So, for data science, what we need is degree, Python, R, SQL, data in all its forms. So, data modeling, data analytics, data lakes, whatever. Industry, every industry is going to be a little bit different, but I just need to see that you've, had some industry experience explaining stuff to non-technical folk. This is where we actually need that. I need to see that you can convince Elon Musk that changing Twitter to X is a bad idea, that it is just going to hurt the platform. I'm not joking. That is the job of a data scientist, just on a smaller scale, is you need to convince people like Elon Musk that yes, we know you love the word X, but changing Twitter to X is a terrible idea. This is why it's a terrible idea. Here is why you need to listen to me. ML Ops, Microsoft Office applications, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Google Sheets, AI, LLM, ML, NLP, Spark, Skibbity-Learn, Pandas, NumPy. I want a little bit of AI. The problem with every resume is they throw so much onto it. Like if I'm going to use another food metaphor and you ask for a cheeseburger with ketchup, it's instead of just being a little bit of ketchup in the bun, you dunk the entire gallon of ketchup on top of it. I just need a little bit of AI, not a lot. And dashboards and data visualization. So we do not know how good or bad this resume is. So 20 seconds on the clock, because they didn't tell me anything. This is all they said. So go. Okay. Don't care. Doesn't matter. Not related. Ranked team. Not related. Not related. Not related. Not related. Not related, not related, not related. A little bit of AI. A little bit of AI is related. But again, not related, not related, not related, not related. Okay, that's it. Decline. This resume has nothing in it. This video is going to be very short. These are some real stinkers of resumes. These are some very, very bad resumes we've had right now. So, yeah, this resume is bad. The formatting is a nightmare to read. This is If I have to read it like this, then all of you have to read it like this. The second thing is, again, these bullet points are completely irrelevant. Why do I care that you designed an XG boost forecasting pipeline, right? To predict daily rider readership achieving prediction error. I don't care about that. Develop computer using YOLO, enabling accurate monitoring of bus occupancy. Okay, cool. Why? Why was that important? Why do I care that I need to monitor bus occupancy? Why was it important that you ranked 692nd out of global teams? Again, not related. Built an NNM pricing model. Okay, why? Why did you do it? I don't care. You did not tell me. I need to know why. Train an ensemble model consisting of again, not related, not related, not related. You have submitted a blank piece of paper, except there's a little bit of AI in that second one, which is fine. But, like, I need you to focus on the reason you did the data, not the data itself. This is a very common problem that a lot of data analysts have, but it also matters for data scientists, is when you get to your job, no one cares where you got the data. Like, you care a lot about making sure the data was correct, and that's fine, because you should. This is where you learn how to do that. But once you get into an office, they don't care. They just be like, okay, you rolled these dice and it worked out, right? You rolled these dice and it worked out. Cool. Guess what? That's all we care about. They don't care if you used a Monte Carlo simulation or you threw darts at dartboards. All they care about is the result of it. And I don't see it. So this resume is garbage and you need to redo it. Please use my guide and my formatting. It's on my website. It will help you a lot. But this resume is so, like, again, this is the problem with the reviewing these resumes, is like, there's nothing here. Like, if someone had a bad resume, but at least there's some salvageable stuff, I could tell you what to do with it. But this resume is blank. The last resume is blank. It has almost nothing I need. And if it has nothing I need, then I can't move you forward and I can't really give advice, because, like, what is there to give advice about? This is blank. So that's kind of what I have to say here, is that there is literally nothing here. Nothing here is useful. You need to redo this from scratch. You need to follow the guide I wrote, because right now this is what is hurting your chances. Next resume. This is a analytics engineer / data scientist. No, it's not. It's one or the other. You do not want to search for two separate jobs with this. Sorry, let me rephrase that. You don't want to apply to this. You don't. Your resume needs to be tailored to a job title. A singular job title. Some industries you need to specify that and go a little bit deeper, like software engineers need to do back end or full stack or front end. But data analysts are different than analytics engineers. So I am not looking for an analytics engineer. I am choosing data analyst. And it may be this is the best analytics engineer resume I have ever seen in my life, but that doesn't matter. I'm looking for a data analyst. So you need to be very specific. So what we need for a data analyst is degree, industry, SQL, data visualization, influencing stakeholders, explaining technical concepts to non-technical stakeholders. Again, that Elon Musk example is what you need to do. How you solved a problem with data, not what the data is. I don't really care about what the data is. I care how you solved the problem. Excel, so pivot tables, VLOOKUP, Word, ETL, Python, R, multiple projects, deadlines, nice to have, that stuff. So 20 seconds is on the clock, and this is an okay resume. It's a 1 in 75, so they're getting 2 to 3 interviews for every 100 applications. That's actually better. So I'm expecting this to actually be solid, right? I'm expecting this to be, there's stuff to improve it, but it's not the worst. So, all right, 20 seconds on the clock, as that airplane is very loud. And go. Okay, formatting's off, but not by much. You prepare the pipeline infrastructure using SQL. Okay, improving data accuracy, don't really care. Securing, I don't care about that. Develop ETL pipelines using Python, pandas. Okay, good. Don't care about this. Develop a data set across log view. So, Excel, good. Don't care. Design Power BI dashboards, integrated Python scripts. Okay, yeah, this is not a terrible resume. It's definitely flawed, but the core of it is here. You at least tell me the things I need, which is way better than any of the others. So here is what I would recommend for you to do for this resume. This is not a delete it and start again at all. I would fix the formatting. It should look like this, right? Not huge difference, but enough. And then for this stuff, what I would like to do, also, actually, there is an issue. Okay, so, Lico, where's your okay, sorry, my brain is working I'm going to stop apologizing. I'm sick. That's just the way it is. These reviews are going to be a little bit more chaotic than normal. I'm going to have to live with that. I'm not happy with that, but we do. So, one concern I did find here is I'm a little concerned about these dates of employment. This could be job hoppy. You've only been here for 5 months. You've only been here for, 5 months. You've only been here for 11 months. This is a little job hoppy. You may want to be able to either combine these or remove them because this is not looking good. The second is there's no way this resume needs to be as long as you have for less than 3 years of experience. People get confused on how long a resume should be, and really, as long as we find what we need in the first half of the first page, we're good. It can be long or short, but this person's resume in particular does not need to be this long. Most of their bullet points are... This is not a hot dog thing. It's just like you gave me a lot... No, you gave me a lot of hot dogs. Right? But you also gave me the hamburger. So, implemented QA processes, I don't really care about, but I would rather you just said used SQL to implement our QA process for our clients, which did X and Y, and then you can maybe put, here, this is how I want you to say. Use SQL, Python, and one or two other the things from this list to create blank for our top clients and for models or insights. Then we go down to here is ETL is not something I need, at least in the US. I think you're in the UK. I've gotten people jobs in the UK, but the keyword list is slightly different. Developed data pipelines, right? Using Python, Pandas, NumPy. Perfect. Good. Love it. And BigQuery API. I don't really care about BigQuery. I don't know why you keep putting in BigQuery API. To validate financial data sets and then the rest of this doesn't matter. So instead, to transfer data, right? So instead, it's just going to be to transfer data into Excel for cross-team reviews for our reporting standards, right? That's how I want to do it. Each of these sentences is just so filled with so many hot dogs that I'm struggling to find the hamburgers that are actually in these bullet points. You do have them. I just can't find them. Design a Power BI dashboard. Good. Equivalent to Looker and Studio. Perfect. Integrating Python. You already mentioned Python earlier. You don't need to do it again. But you did tell me how. I just need more, right? The goal should be 3 keywords per 3 keywords per line. Per bullet point, and a max of 6. The problem I have here is most of these only have 1 or 2, and it's just so dense. No one cares about half of this stuff. Why do you keep mentioning BigQuery? Stop. Nobody cares. BigQuery is not what we need, unless maybe that's a specific UK thing. But this doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. Yeah, so this entire thing can be deleted. This is good. Yeah, see, this is why you're getting, again, this is not a terrible resume. This is a good bullet point. Reported to the global data lead, delivering reports analysis for client leadership while managing reporting requirements across 9 international markets. I actually don't know if there's anything I would change there. Maybe if you could shoehorn in a keyword, that'd be fine. But that's actually a really, 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 really good sentence. In fact, if anything, I think you should combine this one and your first one, and these two should be combined, because this is actually a really good way to write it. Again, I need more than this, and this doesn't matter. So again, it's just too long. The core is there, though. The last 3 resumes, garbage. There's a lot to salvage in this one, and you don't need to redo all of it, but you do need to make it more concise. Like, no one's going to spend time reading all of this, and most of the stuff here is about how you were impressive, which nobody cares about, rather than what you actually did, which is related to that. Also, ETL I did see here. Again, I'm sick. I'm going to mess up. So ETL was correct, and I'm sorry for removing that. Next, resume, but overall, not bad. This is a resume that somebody on my Twitch chat put in to try to make the exact opposite of every single thing I have ever said. So this is everything is wrong with this resume, and I'm trying to think if there's anything here that is actually salvageable about this. And honestly, I don't think there is. This is brilliant and its horrifyingness. I love how bad this is. So yes, this is a joke resume that they sent. And I'm trying to see if there's literally anything here that is salvageable. And you know what? I think the only thing is that they actually put their phone number, because I have seen some resumes that don't put their phone number and contact information. So this is almost the exact opposite of everything I ever say to do. Yeah, good job. This is terrible. I love it. Absolutely horrendous. You did a great job. If anybody wants to see it, I think they're going to hopefully post it in the Discord. But yeah, let's go to the next resume. This is so bad and I love it. This is a resume of, I don't know, they didn't tell me. When you are a software engineer, you need to pick a stack. If you don't pick a stack, you have already failed. Software engineers are divided into multiple stacks. Even for language agnostic roles where they make you do everything, they will not hire you unless you are a specific stack. Those are front end, full stack, back end Java, back end Python, back end C#.net. Also maybe AI engineer as well for a sixth. But if you are not one of those stacks, you are not going to get hired. So I don't know what this person has already failed because they did not tell me what stack they are, but they did at least leave me a note. So my goodness, that's a lot. All right. So first of all, thank you for the value work with the community. No worries. I'm glad to help. And also to check my resume. As you can see, I'm from India, and from all your videos, that I did some extra things which are against your principle, which are an additional skills section. Please don't. This is because my sister, who worked for a recruitment company, told me they'll see the skills and only go down below if they see the skills. Your sister is giving you bad advice, because if they're in the bullet points, the first thing they're going to see is the bullet points. And if the first thing they see of those is in the bullet points, then they will move forward. A skills section is a failure of a resume. If you have it in the skills sections and nowhere else, you failed. If you have it in the skills sections and you have it as an example here, right, then it's superfluous. So your sister is incorrect a little bit about it. Now, maybe India is that different. That's entirely probable. I have to view these through a US bend, but I am imagining that if your sister saw this stuff and they saw the right things in the first bullet point, they would say, oh, you did not need a skills section. I also didn't apply to any company with this new resume. Another thing is I added the project section above the work history because the internship I did was more than a year ago and the tech step I'm working on is different. That is the way to do it. So apart from these, I don't have else to say. Thank you again for reviewing my resume. What stack are you? You gave me a lot of good information, but I don't know what stack you are. And if I can't find what stack you are, you've already failed. Oh my goodness. All right. Technical skills are Go. Go is not one. I saw Java second, so I'm making this as a Java developer. I don't know if this is actually, I don't think they are. I think the fact is this is a generalized resume right out of school, which is why it fails. Also, you know, it's tough to get a job after school, but we are judging this as if this was a Java developer backend. Is it? I don't know, but again, you need to pick a stack. If you don't pick a stack, you failed. So, 20 seconds on the clock. I clicked a lot of wrong buttons there. I don't know what I just did. All right, 20 seconds on the clock. We don't know the ratio, but I'm assuming it's bad because you did not pick a stack. And again, Go is not a common enough stack, at least in the US. Go. Okay, degree. Good. This doesn't matter. Debilta, Go. Okay, nothing here. Sustained. Don't really care. Don't really care. Built-in HTTP, Go, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care. Developed to manage in Java, Spring Boot, and MongoDB, perfect. Sustaining, I don't care about that. And time. Wow. You, your internship actually had the right experience I was looking for. So yeah, none of this stuff matters. I have tried looking for Go engineers and I could not find them. I don't think a Go engineer is a thing, and if it is a thing, it's so incredibly rare that you're just not gonna really find them. So you really want to do the main 5 stacks. At least in the US, I've gotten people jobs in India, but sometimes it's a little bit different. But yeah, this resume is really, 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 really bad because there's literally nothing here I need. Why do I care that you built a distributed data set in Go? Why do I care about Raft? Why do I care that you sustained operations by leader-only writes and crash recoveries? Blah, 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 blah. Why do I care that you did whatever this is? This doesn't matter. Why do I care that you built an HTTP server and TCP with support? I don't know what that is. This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. And again, down here is the only thing that actually did kind of matter, which is developed an employee management system in Java, Spring Boot, and MongoDB. Okay, good. Those are things that I'm looking for. I would prefer RESTful SQL instead of MongoDB, but whatever. Sustaining, I don't care about this. Request by RESTful APIs. Boom. This is the only thing that's good in your resume so far besides your education. This is actually how I would like you to write it, except replace MongoDB in this section with something that is a little easier to understand. And then here, don't care. Here, don't care. Here, don't care. Here, don't care. And then your technical skill sections. None of these are here, and most of these are irrelevant anyway. So this is your problem with your resume is there's nothing here. You did not pick the stack, and you only have a single bullet point. And I'm sure other recruiters may say, like, oh, you need to see volume, you need to show what it is. But people confuse impact with metrics. Like, this right here is impact, right? Arrived on time to every shift and found coverage for my shift when an emergency stopped me from coming into work. That is impact. That shows that you arrived on time and you got other people. That is the type of sentence that a manager would love. Operated our point of sale to collect money from customers and perform basic math to give them change, keeping them engaged with customer service while they prepared their food and beverage. This is impact. That is actually impact, and that is what I want to see. I don't need these random numbers, because right now, this is all blank. This is it. This is it. You've given me one singular sentence, which is actually an okay sentence, right? This is not a terrible sentence. I like it. There's some slight flaws, but overall it's good. But nothing else. And I need 75% to move you forward, and if I don't have 75%, I ain't moving you forward. So that's the problem with this resume, is you submitted a single sentence and nothing else here besides your degree, which is relevant, matters. I need you to go back to the drawing board, and I need you to create sentences for which contain bullet points of stuff they actually need. So that's all I can do for this resume. Thank you all for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. And if you ever wanted to be a member to get access to videos a little bit early, you can join in the link below. Thank you very much to my members for supporting me. I really do appreciate it. And for everybody, if you ever need more help, you can always join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. And yeah, I will see you all in the next video.